Hello, this is Unorthodoxy, and we're doing a battle report today. The Iyanden battle host has come to town to fight off the Space Wolves, and so this is the first time I played Space Wolves. It'll be awesome. I'm borrowing this beautiful army that I will be showing you shortly from a friend named Casey Stratton. So thank you, Casey. But first, Gavin is my opponent, and he's going to walk us through this force and tell us how he plans to annihilate us before actually doing so.
Right. Okay, so to start off with, we have the Farseer with the Soul Shrive Eldar artifact, which is an AP2 power sword that gains 1 strength every time he kills a model, so that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
He's got 2 Spirit Seers for backup, but they're just his personal backup. They just provide more psychic powers for the army. They're going to roll with this 10-man unit of Wraithblades, all of them with axes and shields, so it's a pretty devastating unit. Pretty hard to take out. He did roll Fortune for this mound, too.
Okay.
So,
Fortune?
Yeah.
What other powers did we get?
Fortune, Guide, Prescience, so I can reroll lots of the hits. This one got Psychic Shriek and Dominate. Yeah, from the Telepathy tree. This guy rolled on Runes of Battle. He pulled out the Quickening and Horrify, so...
Horrify, one of my personal favorites.
Yes, Horrify should work well with the Psychic Shriek.
and the leadership of Space Wolves.
Yeah, so that should work good together. After that, we have some Wraith Guards for scoring units. 2 Wraith Lords, one with Star Cannons, the other with Bright Lances.
You don't see Wraith Lords that often, so that's cool.
Yeah. We have 3 Dark Reapers who are going to be manning the Aegis defense line with the quad gun. The Exarch has the Tempest Launcher with fast shot. And his 2 buddies have the Starfire missiles, which are basically crack missiles that pin. These guys with the Warwalkers with Bright Lances. Then we got a Wave Serpent, standard fare, usual squad of 10 Dire Avengers in back, scoring unit. And then the... I forget what it's called.
Crimson Hunter.
There you go, Crimson Hunter, which is brown right now because I was in the middle of painting it.
Looks just like the Star Blazers fighter.
Exactly. It's got 2 Bright Lances and the Pulse Laser, and it is upgraded the Exarch and Precision Shot, so I can snipe models out of units, which is pretty cool.
Okay, so I'm going to run through this Space Wolf list over here. These are all borrowed from a guy named Casey Stratton. Like I said, beautifully painted models. He did a lot of this airbrush and handwork on all of the on these, so these are cool. Anyway, I'm going to be using 3 units of Grey Hunters, no upgrades except for the Flamer and the Melta. There's 3 of them there. They're all going to be dropping down in these artfully done drop pods, all with different. Every single drop pod has different symbols on the side. I don't know if you can see that, but he's got the wolf on that side. He's got the Aquila on this one. He's got the cool like bones type of thing here, and then he's got that's the Aquila again, but over here he's got some Space Wolfy stuff that he's stolen. I've also got these 5 Thunderwolf Cavalry and these 5 Thunderwolf Cavalry, and these are beauts. I mean, take a look at the work on this bad boy. I mean, he really did a job on those. It's very cool. To the basing, the coloring, he's got them washed, everything. So anyway, we got 2 of those. We got this bad boy right here. This is a Venerable Dreadnought. It's going to be dropping in the drop pod there. And then we got these 15 Winter Wolves that have come to fight. So it's going to be a good fight. Lots of speed in this army against his very slow, plodding army. Neither one of us has an enormous amount of shots, but he's got a lot more. So we'll see if I can make it across the board. We're going to start turn 1 pretty soon, but I'll introduce you to the board. Okay, so our board kind of sets up like this. We got a AV-12 building over there in the middle. Then we've got this ruin over here, along with this very large line-of-sight blocking terrain, kind of Nova style. Then we've got more of that same stuff. This is, by the way, from a company called Pegasus, I think. And then we have this. This is actually 15mm. It was made for Flames of War, but it'll work great for this too. We've got an alien forest on the very edge here, kind of like Think Aliens. And of course this fence. And we are ready to roll. So go ahead and...
I rolled on the Iyanden warlord traits, and it gave my Farseer a personal fortune. So
Okay.
he can reroll any save until he fails one.
Okay, and I got the one where you basically get the extra victory point for every person that I challenge and kill. Okay, we have deployed the Eldar, and their very powerful Wraith Blades are going to be right here with all their Psychers. To their left will be this Dire Avenger unit, trying desperately to reach the objective. It's the Relic mission. We have these guys sneaking around in here. There's 5 of them, and they've got Strength 10 AP1 guns that really want to hurt my wolves if they get the chance. Couple of Wraith Lords over here with their Warwalker escorts. And I'm hoping that I've stayed out of their range reasonably well with the important stuff. And then, of course, his guys manning the gun like he mentioned. They're going to try and take out as many of those wolves over there as they can. We'll see how that goes. Alright, turn 1. We're going to begin now. After I explain my deployment, which is going to have all of these wolves lined up here. They are ready, and my commander is sitting in there with his buddy, the Psyker, so that in a minute he's going to make them super cool. Then we have the big unit over here. The idea being that we're going to use that hill to block his line of sight and hope that the distances are so great that he can't shoot us much, or at least shoot anything that matters in the first round. Alright, here we go. Alright, so at the end of round 1, for Gavin, he blew away about 5 or 6 of my dogs here. Made a pretty good mess of it with his Aegis and all those good guys. They basically moved and then ran forward to their heart's content, especially those Warwalkers who unfortunately got to kill one of my guys with the powerful shield, so we're a little less defensible than we were before. And that was about the extent of it. We'll start this turn next. Okay, at the end of turn 1, we dropped in 2 pods here and also moved all the dogs up. As you can see, they successfully charged up into the Wraith unit. They had to make like a 9-inch charge or something, or 8, I can't remember, but it was pretty good. These guys dropped in and took the Relic, which is right there. And these guys failed their charge, but the unit with the Priest in it made it, and even despite no rending, they made a mess of things, part of the problem. So we're basically locked in combat with 2 fearless units at the moment, and so he's going to have to bring some other troops up there to kind of rip me free. Alright, and that is the end of turn 1. Okay, so what we got now is Gavin needed desperately to hold the line here with his Eldar and his Wraith Blades. So he brought this guy here, this big old Wraith Lord, over to save the day. He managed to challenge and tie up my commander and actually did 2 wounds to him, so that hurt quite a bit. And so they stood, and that's what he needed to try and go for the secondary objectives. He also blew away 9 of the 10 guys that were holding the objective. Unfortunately, the guy that actually held the objective still got it. And he horrified him, and he had to make a leadership on a 5 and made it on a 4. So a little bit of luck there. So still have the objective, and it is now my turn. That is it's now time for the bottom of turn 2. Alright, well, wouldn't you know it, I completely forgot to use my sorcerer that round, so he was pretty much useless. Over here, we managed to transfer the relic to the other unit because we're down to 1 guy. Over here, we managed to get through the Wraith Lord and the, I think, 1.5. He basically had wounded seers and stuff in there, but they pretty much got wiped by the ferocity of the Space Wolf attack. These guys attempted a charge over on that that all-important tank over there, which still gives him the opportunity for a line breaker. So right now, currently, that is the end of the second round? Okay, second round, and he's rolling for his Crimson Hunter and reserves to come in. Okay, top of 3. This Crimson Hunter shows up and shoots the crap out of the back of my unit here, and then his Wraith Guard kill another one, and then jumped in there and fought him. They only lost by 1, but they're fearless, so they just don't care. His tank moved all the way across the board flat out, so that I couldn't get to him with my puppies, and so he's gonna try to line break with that. Over there, he had his Wraith Lord and his Reapers blast the snot out of my puppies and basically left my Wolf Lord, who's sitting right here, begging for mercy. So he's only got 1 wound left, and he's got no more puppies to go to for protection. So And you're going to say something, Gavin? Did you forget something?
No, it's fine. No, let's go.
Okay, so it'll be the bottom of 3 coming up. Okay, we're back, and it looks like the unit rolled well on terrain and got back there and joined the sorcerer, so they're now all holding onto that objective tightly. Over here, we finished the Wraith Guard that were holding up my single remaining Thunder Cav and his erstwhile priest companion. Meanwhile, over here, the Beast Lord said, "The heck with it! I have to stop. I have to not be in the open next round." So he went and charged that Warwalker. Hopefully, you can see that in the picture there. And then had to take a terrain test because he had to go through the wreckage of the ones that died. There is one Warwalker left, but he's now safely ensconced in combat. So we're hoping that he can survive to the end of the game and to get a line breaker also. All right, so we're going to the top of 4. Okay, we're getting near the end here. The commander was able to defeat the Warwalker at the end of the round. His Dire Avengers took a trip over here, trip to Life Fantastic. They got the heck out of Dodge. He shot up all of my my cavalry over here, and so did the Crimson Hunter. And the Crimson Hunter took one out wholesale, just slaughtered him. So that is where we're at, and it is the top of 4. So all my reserves will be, bottom of 4 will be. All reserves will come in now.